Exterior house painting tips. If you are a homeowner and you're planning on painting your own home, first of all, I would suggest you give it another thought. You may find that in the long run it may be better to have somebody professional do it. But if you want to do it yourself, and that's fine, you can do it. You can do it. You just have to make sure that you do it exactly right. Because if you don't do it right, it's going to be such a disaster, and somebody's going to have to come in and fix it later, and it's going to cost you a lot more. So just by doing a few simple preparatory things, you can save yourself a lot of hassle later. Number one thing, first of all, check the existing paint, see what kind of shape it's in. If it's chipping or flaking anywhere, make sure you go in there and scrape that all off. And if you rub your hand on the side of the house and it comes off dusty or chalky, then you're going to have to power wash the house or even sandblast it, depending on how serious the problem is. Because if you try to paint over that, the paint's just going to peel right off. And make sure you have the right equipment. You got to have good solid ladders to get up around, on the side of the house. If you're painting up near the eaves, or maybe you have a 2-story, 3-story house, be very careful with your ladders. Don't skimp on the ladders. Make sure you get the best, strongest, sturdiest ones you can get. And the quality of your paint is very important. Don't try to save a few bucks and get some cheaper paint. Get the best paint that you can afford within your budget. And if you have to spend a little more money, spend it on the paint. That's what's going to be sticking to the house. So the better the paint you have, the longer the paint job is going to last, the better it's going to look. And take a look around at some of your window joints, and if you have a stucco home, for example, if there's cracks in the stucco, make sure you go in there with a good quality paintable silicone and fill in those cracks. It'll look better, and it's actually structurally probably a good idea too. You won't get leaks and drafts in there. And priming is important if you're painting over bare wood, brand new wood, or wood that's got some rotting to it, or any kind of metal. You want to prime it first. Usually a stucco or a concrete, you don't have to prime. You just probably give it 2 good heavy coats of paint. But the most important thing is be safe.